What's going on YouTube? ADCArtAttack here and welcome back to a brand new drawing video, and I just want to start by saying thank you so much because we just hit 200,000 subscribers. It's so amazing. I can't believe it's happened. It happened so fast. It was like super quick. Thank you all so much. And today's video, as we hit such a big number, I wanted to make today's video to remind us that we all start off small. That's right. This video is going to be the smallest drawings ever. Excuse me. This video is going to be one of the smallest videos we have ever done. Now, in the past, I have attempted to do some really tiny drawings, but we've never had a piece of equipment so small that it would allow us to do something so small. So this should be fun. And that piece of equipment is, bam, this pen. It's tiny. No, actually, what makes this pen so special is the size of the nib. It is super small. I think it may actually be the smallest nib in the world. Let's take a closer look at it and see just how small this thing really is. Oh, and before we actually start all of this, I just want to say today's drawing is going to be a massive compilation. So your task today and your question of the day is going to be how many of these characters that I draw today do you know? So leave a comment down below letting me know the names of every one of these characters that feature and who is your favorite amongst them all. I do hope you enjoy today's video. Let's go. Okay, so before we actually begin the video, I wanted to showcase just how small this fine liner is. So this video is not sponsored by Copic, nor is it a review of this multi-liner. I just really want to show you just how small this thing is before we actually start using it. So up until recently, the smallest I've ever seen is a 0.05, and I was under the impression you couldn't actually go smaller than that just due to clogging issues. It would just be impossible to get an ink flow through them. However, Copic have found a way and they have created 0.03. So right here we have my 0.2. And this thing, as you can see, is very small. It's extremely tiny, and this is what I use for pretty much every one of my videos. It gives me great control over my line work and is really nice. However, let's go and have a look at the 0.03. This thing is ridiculous. I mean, this is super small. It is about the size of a pinhead. Very tiny, and yeah, I am really looking forward to using this. I think we're going to be able to create some really small artwork. And yeah, onto the artwork itself. Today's artwork should look good. The point of this is not to go crazy small to the point where the character is recognizable, but none of the details are there. I want this to be a detailed character. I want the characters to look the way they should look, but be very small. So let's get on with that. I do hope you enjoyed the video. I do hope you enjoyed the fun little game. And during this video, I will be, as is tradition, talking you through what I'm doing, explaining my methods, and explaining the reasons I'm choosing characters that I am choosing. So without further ado, let's get on with drawing with the world's smallest fine liner. Alrighty, so starting things off, I decided that I would do purely nostalgic things. So these are things that are sort of part of my childhood or things that I enjoyed growing up. They're also things that are kind of general as well, that I think everyone can relate to, things that we all saw as kids. So I started by doing Lady and the Tramp. Now I was actually inspired to do Lady and the Tramp because they are doing the new movie, which I'm probably not going to go and watch because I've not really been into these live action things that Disney are doing. However, the classic Lady and the Tramp was always sort of near and dear to my heart. I haven't seen it in the past like 10 years, but I really enjoyed it growing up, and I don't know if I watch it now, I'll probably have that same nostalgic feeling for it, but actually I might go watch it after this video, to be honest. But yeah, so I figured that they would be a nice center point to this drawing. And as I said before, with doing all of these characters, I want all of their details to show through. I want all of the features of the characters to be visible. That's why I could go smaller than this, admittedly. I do believe I could go much smaller than this. However, it wouldn't be as crystal clear as it is. I wouldn't have the drawing looking as accurate or just clean, I guess. So that is where the real challenge lies here. So you're probably wondering why I chose to do this challenge today, and the reason is just simply because when I was in my local art store, I was walking down the aisle of the pen section and I accidentally saw this 0.03mm pen. I didn't expect them to have it. I have done a search on Google. I actually did it a few weeks ago. I'm not sure why. I think I might have been actually planning to do one of these small drawing videos. I can't remember the reason I was searching, but I did find only one that was smaller than this, a 0.02. However, it seemed to be a scam. It didn't seem that there was a real thing. So as far as I'm aware, this is the smallest pen you can purchase. So I just had to grab it and I had to see what was up with it. and all things considered, it's actually pretty nice to work with. It's not too bad. I'll probably go into this at the end of the video, but yeah, it's not working too bad right now. It feels quite comfortable at the moment, and I feel in control of what I'm doing. That said, you can't really go over lines again once you've done them, because any small inaccuracies or errors are highly noticeable, which I do just through a force of habit during this drawing. So as you're starting to see, there is a huge variety of characters going on here. I am flip-flopping between anime, cartoons, and who knows what else. I am just trying to cater to everyone's needs and just sort of summarizing my childhood in this collection of stuff. There are a couple, as I say, that are not near and dear to me, but I do know them or they've inspired me in some way. But really there's no structure to what characters I'm selecting right here. And I'm really wondering how many of them you know. So the paper I'm using today is just my standard sketch paper. There's nothing special about it. I would have probably created a little bit clearer images had I been using Bristol board. As I'm using sketch paper, there is the ever slight presence of a little bit of grip and texture to the paper, so I can't get the lines as crisp and as clean as I would like to. However, there is a little bit of give and take here. As I do not have a steady hand, the slight grippage and texture of this paper sort of just makes it a little bit easier for me to do smoother lines. So it's not the smoothest lines, but they're a little bit smoother than if I was using Bristol board for something so small. And yeah, onto the small drawings themselves, I actually really do enjoy drawing small. I mean, it allows me to get a lot done in such a short period of time. Case in point, these drawings here, some of these characters took 10 minutes from start to finish, some of them took half an hour start to finish. I think a couple actually took a little bit longer, but for the most part, they were sitting around the 20-minute mark on average, I'd say, for each character. And by the end of this drawing, there are a lot of characters. I had planned to make about 200 characters, but after about 3 days of working at this, yeah, I just need to get this up. I think it's about time I pushed this video to get it up, and accidentally and purposely, it frames itself really nice by the end. It came out really nice, so I'm actually quite happy where we stopped. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sign off. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let you sit back and enjoy the rest of this video just as a speed drawing. So feel free to put any music on you want, or just sit back and listen to my YouTube free music right here. And I will catch you at the end of the video. We do go through a lot of characters. So as I said before, I'm really looking forward to seeing how many of them you can guess accurately. And I will see you at the end of this video just before we sign off. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so here we are done, the drawing is finished, and wow, I am so happy with the results. These guys are so small. Like, really small. Some of them are the size of my fingernail, which is tiny because I have really small fingernails. That's kind of why I let them grow, because they're so small. But if you look at it, it worked out really nicely. Now, at the beginning, this was an accident. I didn't mean for it to frame so nice as it is right here with that nice arch. But later on, I did start to play into it, and I thought it started to look really nice, and especially having Stitch as the centerpiece there. When I put Stitch down there, I was thinking to myself, you know what, we're gonna make sure that he stays the focus point. Growing up as a child, now it was my later years as a child, about 10 years old, Stitch was released and I loved it. Stitch was immediately one of those things, I just loved the movie, I loved the animated series. It's absolutely amazing, and even as an adult I can watch Lilo and Stitch and still get enjoyment out of it. And I'd love to create some more artwork based on him because he's just such a nice character. He's cute, he's fluffy, but he is super strong. This drawing contains so many characters, and there is just way too much for me to explain about why I chose every single one of them. If you have been a long-time supporter of my channel, you probably know why I chose some of them, such as the Dragon Ball characters, who I chose because Dragon Ball has been a big inspiration for me as an artist, and yeah, I just really enjoy the show. There are various game characters on here, such as Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. Again, two very iconic characters that sort of shaped my childhood. Loved them, so I just had to include them. And there are also a couple characters on here that I don't think many people are gonna guess. So really, I am looking forward to seeing your replies, seeing who can guess all of these characters. And if you can, I am gonna be shocked. And now with the drawing being complete, I just want to say a couple of things about this Copic multiliner. It is not too bad. I personally would not recommend it. I don't think you ever need a pen this small. I don't think it's practical at all. And there were moments where I was having difficulty with ink flow. I think that is down to the size being so small. It is still quite nice to work with. It didn't feel weak. It felt quite sturdy and quite comfortable to use. But again, as I say, I don't think you need to go this small. If you are a beginner and you're looking to start out, I would suggest getting yourself a 0.2mm. It is a great middle ground for you to start with. And with all that being said, I've been ADCArtAttack. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.